So, welcome to my new studio.
Of course, I got my own dedicated space just for filming.
And thanks to Herman Miller, the sponsor of this video, I've also got a new studio chair to film in. And it just wouldn't feel right to have a new studio space without carrying the usual, my familiar playboards.
I got a spot I can play my records, so if I'm sewing, I can listen to music out of real speakers, not just computer speakers, and boogie too, if I'm feeling it. I got a place for knickknacks and collecting things. And I also have a new spot for ideas. Still waiting on them. They'll come eventually. I got a spot for fit checks when I'm feeling fresh. And I'm trying to improve my videos, and working with this new space, step one is figuring out the lighting.
Oh.
And overall, just, trying new things, new equipment. The new studio's been great. It's been great. I should explain a little bit. Let's take it back to day one. Actually, before day one. Way before day one. University. Those are the good old days. And while I loved school just as much as anyone else, I also picked up a new hobby. There were a lot of late nights just trying to figure out how to use this machine, but it's all thanks to her. My papa was the one who lent me her machine, which allowed me to really explore this craft. So, thank you, Papa, for lending me your machine, which I will cherish forever. And the fun part about sewing for me was sharing it through video with others. This is what I used to capture all my first few YouTube videos, though my dad's probably gonna charge me interest or royalties any day now. Starting a YouTube channel is like learning how to ride a bike by yourself. You can go anywhere you want, it's great, you can go around the block, up and down the street, but the tough part is you're by yourself, and no one even knows
that's an invisibility cloak.
You exist. My first video, maybe 100 views, if that, and another one, and slowly I made my way up to a couple thousand views, if I was lucky. But there's one thing that really changed the trajectory, the scope of my work entirely beyond just my channel, and honestly, it really just changed my life. April 25th, 2021, I released my first YouTube video, the bucket hat tutorial, that comes with fabric. See, people really took to the video. They really appreciated the detail and the breakdowns that were made for beginners, but they also like more than just the video. See, my theory was that if people are struggling with videos on how to sew, they might also be struggling with fabric. I mean, not just fabric too, like the other supplies that are involved besides the video tutorial. And that's how this video, this idea, it changed the work. My YouTube channel's not just about releasing videos anymore. It's about making sewing in general easier for everyone. And it starts with not just sourcing a list of materials, but curating the right supplies for others.
I'm always on the lookout for fabric that's good for beginners, because whether you're new to the game or experienced, everyone can appreciate fabric that's easy to work with.
And the sewing patterns, the blueprint to every garment. We got lots of them, all with extra detail to make sewing seem less intimidating. So now, anything that I'm sewing, you could sew too.
And I think being able to offer this combo, these two pieces to the puzzle of learning how to sew, just really vibe with people. And it's crazy to think that this all started right
here.
Favorite player? Kawhi. Alright, so these are the final pants. I really like these pants.
What's up, everybody? Been so long since I've done one of these.
Oh, hey man, cool shirt.
Yo man, nice shirt.
No, wait till I get here.
Oh,
Okay.
This was my first bedroom studio setup. It was tiny, but I made use of every square inch of it.
And that's it, guys. If this video was helpful for you, and that's it, guys.
Those walls
If
have
this video was
seen
helpful for
every
you-
blooper, the ones that could be laughed off,
Hi everyone. Today,
and the ones that
today I'm gonna make.
couldn't.
Today's gonna be a pretty simple day. I'm gonna make some face masks. I have so I figured I'm gonna try to make a mask for.
There's a point where you might get sick of seeing yourself on camera. It gets tough just listening to your voice. But you're stuck in this tiny room in front of a camera, forcing yourself to make these videos all by yourself.
Yo, I was just talking to Mom and she was saying that the unit below her is empty now, so if you want to move in together, we could.
This is my brother, and he's a lot more fun than me. We've always been close since growing up. So being this close, we started working together. Third bedroom to this duo became a shared workspace. I would film on one side, Mark would work out on the other. But eventually he was lifting enough fabric rolls that he could probably put a pause on working out. And luckily, he was understanding to give me a little bit more space to film.
Those are all the tools you need to get started, but there are some alternatives you might already own at home.
Good intro for Mark, and I'll probably film him again. We were winning, but losing at the same time. Now from the outside, yeah, we had videos that were doing really well. We were selling these DIY kits, but our apartment was becoming less of an apartment. It started with rooms getting taken over, and then it spilled out into the hallways. We didn't have the living room, no couch. We didn't have anywhere to relax. We didn't have anywhere for storage left. We realized we maxed out this place completely. But the funny thing is, at the same time, I'm mentally convincing myself that, nah, this is just the hustle. This is what we do as YouTubers, entrepreneurs. Like, it's gonna be hard. It's supposed to feel like this. This is the grind. This is normal.
Did you go in?
No, wait for you guys. Can't go in.
This is an epic moment, right?
Yeah, this is a big moment for you. Open up. Either one of you or both of you.
Storage space up there. Yeah, you're gonna feel so like roomy. You're not gonna feel like this is crazy. You guys, this is great.
Congrats, guys.
The sun shines in the front room. That's very important. Lots of room for activities, storage, and work.
I really like the color on the ceiling.
Excited to see the end product. Gonna be a lot of work to be done, but I think it'll be really cool.
Today's Friday, March 15th. Gonna be a good change. There's like lots of rooms in here for filming, some space for office stuff, some place for sewing. I'm excited to set up the studio, actually. That one's gonna be fun because there's so much space to use now. So I feel like decorating the walls and then just filming like crazy, sewing like crazy.
I saw that. I saw that.
Nice. Whoa, look at that thing. Good day.
Okay, we're gonna.
Hey.
Give it a True. I just want to get all of that.
Ready? Thank you.
I want to start off by saying not every YouTuber needs this much space. But for my case, my business was growing. I couldn't fit anymore in the space that I had, so this felt like the only option. And yeah, I'm very happy. I feel like besides having more physical space, mentally I also have more space. This new space has unlocked a lot for me, but this is not something that I could have done myself. They say if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. So let me show you who I'm going on this journey with. Remember Mark working in that tiny, packed room? Well, he's got a much larger area to manage now. All of our kits are handmade right here. Every yard gets cut by him, and every spool gets handpicked by him. He's up early opening up shop, and he's up late hand packing all your orders. So after a long day hauling orders on his feet, he needs a chair that'll treat him right. This is where comfort meets support. Now, the Allan chair has been the industry benchmark for ergonomics since the 1990s. And with the 8Z pellicle seat and back, it gives him 8 latitudinal zones of tension, being tight from the edge and more forgiving where the body makes contact. Now, I'm all for relaxing, like with the Harmonic 2 tilt, but he also has the ability for forward tilt when he needs to lock in. It's all about how you use the chair to support you. Knowing how hard he works, this just seemed like the perfect chair. And if Mark is the cook, then Vince is the chef. These kits don't just come out of thin air. They have to be researched, designed, and tested.
Yo, Mark, can you put together a quick kit for me?
Yeah, Vince. Here's your kit.
Both of them work hand in hand, so it makes sense they have the same setup, but they aren't exactly the same. They might look the same, they might sound the same, and move the same, but Herman Miller has designed this chair to welcome more than just one body type.
Vince? Bye. Anyways, let's get back to work.
It's nice having a chair that feels like it was made for you. So we have Aaron C and Aaron B, and this is Aaron Lee, the editing master. We've been shooting videos together since way back, but now we mean business. So when he's ready to lock in for hours and hours into the night, an ergonomic chair is his best friend, which is why we went with the Embody chair. For every pixel he works on, there's a matrix of pixelated support backing him. Its narrow upper back also gives his torso the freedom for movement between edits.
Yeah.
And a chance to listen to my jokes. And its kicker feature gives him the chance to pull back from the screen to think about the next crazy transition. And for me, I prioritize the aesthetics. The sail chair, whose design catches the attention of anyone who enters the room. Inspired by the striking architecture and less is more engineering of suspension bridges, I like to call this the dreamer's chair. And of course, I had to inspect the upholstery, which was a perfect blend of wool and nylon offering durability and elasticity. Its unframed 3D intelligent back gives you the freedom to move between stages of a project. This chair really represents the perfect balance between utility and design. The new space has been very exciting, but I've come to realize a few things. There's a surreal moment where you realize this isn't just a new space, but it's a whole new chapter. And then you get hit with this wave of nostalgia for the early days. Working in tight corners, getting creative in smaller spaces, and surrounded by just this everyday mess that somehow makes the place feel alive. There's a subtle feeling of loss, almost like I've left behind the roots of my journey. It's now 1:15 a.m. and I've spent all night filming the intro, and that's as far as I got. I still gotta film all the steps tomorrow and maybe Monday as well. For now, it's pretty hectic. So I'm kind of at this place mentally where I'm trying to reconcile where I came from with where I'm going. Like, can I still capture that same energy of 4 years filming in my bedroom to here, or has just the journey itself changed? I could tell it's weighing on my mind because I haven't picked up a camera in weeks since I got here. I thought the move would be done after moving day, but there's so much more work that has to go into a space to really feel like it's your own. I've heard the space you create for yourself is the space where creativity thrives. So let's get busy. The first step is staying on top of content. I can't let that go to the wayside. So I guess it's grind time. Step 1 is doing what I know best. So, cutting down on shot lists and scripts so they don't look like games of Tetris, keeping things simple, using the same method and approach that I had back home here.
When I first learned how to sew, I was pretty difficult to give hard rules like what shape.
I also knew I had to keep myself on track by setting a deadline, so I gave myself 4 weeks.
Which sounds like a lot of time. It's not.
Because the universe has a funny way of giving you what you need when you least expect it.
Su equipaje guardado.
In the blink of an eye, I was very far from the studio. I totally forgot that I had this trip planned, and it felt really stressful based on how busy it was back home, but in hindsight, it was the perfect timing. I had been in my windowless studio room for so long, everything was just starting to become a blur, and so this time away really gave me a chance to remember what life is like outside of the studio walls. I mean, outside of work, too, just to be able to experience new things, to surround myself by life, different elements, new perspectives. And you kind of need a break every now and then when you're in any creative work to be able to take a step back and see if you resonate with the direction you're heading. And hey, it's also a good time to go shopping.
Find stuff in the studio.
And with my suitcase slightly heavier than when I left, it's time to bring it all home. In my 5 years as a YouTuber, I've never hosted people or really invited people to my space. And I think a lot of that reason is because my past quote-unquote studios, they've just been so hectic. Like, I'll have my sewing stuff out or fabric or a camera out, and like there's also nothing super cool about inviting a friend over to look at your bedroom with a desk and a camera on it. But now I have the space, it's fun, it feels like very exciting to share something that I've worked on. And I think when you look back at like 5 years, it's moments like these celebratory moments that you kind of forget because 5 years goes by like that. If I could talk to myself 5 years ago, I'd say, man, we did it. You're not gonna believe where you'll be in 5 years, but wow, it was worth it.
Hey, look at how nice this one is. This one's so straight.
Yowie!
Can you see it? Can you see it?
I don't know, I can't see it now.
And if I could talk to my future self 5 years from now, I'd hope you kept with it.
I'm scared for time.
I hope you got to laugh.
Anything to do more than that?
Laugh off every blooper.
Now. Why do you? Yo, you gotta hold it together, man. Yo. Now, it's a pretty tricky piece of equipment. Let me show you how to use a sewing machine. It starts with the needle.
And just laugh more in general and stop being so serious.
Until next time, peace.
You don't have to worry about being the specific person you were in the past, because your success is not tied to a specific location or setup. Your strength's actually being who you are, and as long as you have your family, your friends around,
I'm gonna get the Jeep now.
Do you want those in the Jeep too?
you'll be okay. The success of this journey, it's not just about new heights you reach or new spaces you acquire. It's about how it enriches your life, like who you're able to bring along for the ride or make time for because of the path you chose. Don't forget that, and don't forget to celebrate along the way.
This is where I do all the work. Exactly. That's yours. Sure. How you doing, man? Yes.
Shopping corner. Nanny.
The fabric's here.
Lizzie. Get that money.
Ooh, a message to yourself in 10 minutes. So no pressure. What do you have to say for yourself, Allan?
I would say it doesn't matter how big or small you get. Appreciate every milestone and all the support and friends and family that help you along the way.
Oh, that's sweet.
Hi there. Oh, I'm sorry I didn't get you. I've been thinking about you all day, wondering if you're at work because you're working so hard and everything is coming together. I'm so happy for you and glad that everything is going all right. I talk to you again. Bye. Love you.